Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So I want to make this video before the weekly reset tomorrow, as I want to remind you that despite the Duviri Paradox content still has bugs and issues, it has some of the missions that have the best loot in the game. The Duviri experience is still a mess, but like what I have said in my previous video, it will be one of the missions to farm legendary Duviri arcanes through those arcane portals once the Jade Shadows update arrives in Warframe. This is because Digital Extremes will be adding Pathos Clamp on each arcane portal completed in the Duviri experience. I say that it's on the Duviri experience because you can only spawn these arcane portals after getting 7 decrees or once defeating the Aura Worm boss. However, even if you defeat the boss in the lone story, it won't spawn these portals, and I am hoping that Digital Extremes will take a second look at the bugs happening in the Duviri experience, like chests not giving rewards or getting stuck after activating a task in the plains. This is just one of the activities you can do to farm good loot that you can either use or sell for platinum with other players. While the Duviri experience needs fixing, I think that the circuit is in a good spot right now, and aside from farming those incarnate adapters every week, the mission has rewarding loot that you shouldn't miss out on. I have earned thousands of platinum just by farming this mission. So let's assume that you have all incarnate adapters already, and if you are looking for a reason to farm the Steel Path circuit every week, then it's because it can award you with guaranteed Duviri arcanes, including the legendary ones. Also, you will have the option to choose guaranteed Riven mods, including the Rifle Riven mods, which gives you the chance to get a Torrid Riven that sells for tons of platinum right now. In the circuit, you'll be doing random stages like Defense, Excavation, Survival, Exterminate, Void Flood, and in every 5th stage, you'll be dealing with the Duviri version of the Jackal boss fight. The good thing right now is that you can see what loadout is available in the Duviri circuit right now, and there is also a Radiation mod for each weapons that doesn't combine with other elements. So it's good to check out first what your loadout and mod for Radiation for the Jackal boss fight. But then again, sometimes you will get those Warframes and weapons that you haven't maximized modding yet, so it's always good to do this mission with a team. But please, when you don't have any good weapons to contribute to the kill speed, at least pick a Warframe that can defend the excavators or help the team with support, or even focus on a setup in your loadout that will help you kill enemies with the help of the decrees you get in each stage. Don't be a dead weight for the team, or worse, stand in one corner for a couple of minutes, then move for a couple of meters so you won't get the AFK penalty. It's better to help the team, and you can do that also by collecting those motes and Void Flood missions to make the stage easier. If your current loadout really sucks, then please just queue a single round of the Steel Path circuit instead of joining a team and leaving on stage 1. This happens a lot in public matches, and the worst part is that the person who leaves first is the host of the team. Do remember that the circuit has this tier system wherein you need to level up by completing a stage to get the reward from that specific tier. In my opinion, it's always better to do the Steel Path circuit stage 5 onwards, or until you complete all the tier rewards, given that you have a good loadout. This is because stage 1 of the circuit only rewards you with 100 circuit progress, stage 2 only gives you 110, stage 3 gives you 125 circuit progress, stage 4 gives you 145, and in stage 5 onwards, you will get 170 circuit progression and an additional 50 bonus per day. It's way better to do it in stage 5 onwards, compared to what some believe that stage 3 and exit is the best method of completing the circuit and getting those weekly tier rewards fast. You might also ask, how about the normal circuit? Is it any good? Well, it's good for those players who want to farm vanilla Warframes that they don't have yet or want to use for the helmet system. It also rewards you with good augments for Warframe available as rewards for the normal circuit. However, if you are looking to earn more platinum through doing activities in the game, then the Steel Path version of the circuit is the best choice. Also, you get resources from the circuit such as Duviri exclusive resources and Cryotics and Excavation, which you can use in the helmet system or in crafting your weapons and Warframes in the foundry. Also, do take note that you have the option to do more Steel Path circuit after getting the reward on tier 10. Tier 11 onward will reward these arcanes and other resources, but I highly advise that you stop at tier 10 though, as the amount of time you spend getting a reward after tier 11 is not worth it. Also, before starting the Duviri circuit, always check the mini garden on Teshin's cave every day, as it will give you Duviri resources that you can use for the helmet or crafting Duviri items. Another mission that is worth adding to your weekly routine is the Prophet Taker boss fight. The Prophet Taker is not annoying in any way, but the Fortuna content is kind of old that some players or new players don't know that the mission does gives you tons of credits and more items that you can use in the game. This is a good spot for farming credits fast, and as well as getting items that you can use to purchase standings and get items from the Solaris standings in Fortuna. I know that the index is still a good alternative, but the Prophet Taker fight is better in my opinion, since you'll also be rewarded with other stuff. In fact, you can sell a max rank Magus anomaly for 100 platinum just by passively farming Charisma Torrid from the Prophet Taker. You can also get debt bonds, mods, which you can use to get stuff like hound parts from legs, or even relic packs to refill your relics used for the Omnia Fisher missions. The best Warframe to use in this mission is still Chroma, because he doesn't just make the fight easy with his weapon damage buff, but also because he can increase the credit earned from the Prophet Taker by using his 4th ability. In terms of killing the Prophet Taker, you must have at least 2 element in your weapons. You can combine corrosive and cold in your primary, then magnetic and gas with a pistol with innate radiation, and on the melee, go try out a Zaw with Exodia Contagion modded for viral and heat. Also, like every other farming missions, I highly advise to do it with a team, and the good news is that many players are joining in the public matches to take down this boss. You will always end up in a team while doing this mission in public matches, and it would take about 5 minutes or even 3 minutes in average completing the whole mission. Another mission that most players forgot is the Call Garrison mission, wherein you play as our beloved Greenear Call. This mission has lost some value when Digital Extremes decided to get rid of the Archon Shard reward on the Call Garrison vendor. But I think it's the right move, since honestly the Call Garrison mission is too boring, and this is the most obvious reason why players are not playing the game mode anymore. However, before you forget about the mission, I think you should also know that the Archon mods in the Garrison vendor are still profitable right now. A max rank of Archon Vitality sells for about 100 platinum or more, and you can farm the whole mission in just 30 minutes or an hour, depending on your knowledge on how to complete each task of the weekly activity. It was adorable at first playing as a Greenear, but it becomes an annoying chore once you have all the things you needed from the faction. But like I have said, you can still farm the weekly activity if you like too, as it still holds some values in the form of those Archon mods that you can sell for platinum. And finally, I just want to talk about the Railjack mission. To be more specific, let's talk about the Void Storm missions, which are still one of the best missions in the game when it comes to rewards. Void Storm missions rewards you with relics, prime parts, tons of credits at the end of the mission, lots of Railjack parts and mods that you can convert to Endo, and the corrupted Holo keys, which you can use to purchase Tenet melee weapons from Ergoglast. And mind you, these are not just ordinary melee weapons, but some of these Tenet weapons are powerful enough to kill Steel Path and Beyond enemies. The only problem though is finding a team who are willing to do Railjack missions in Warframe for a long period. Railjack is close to being a wasteland right now, especially in public matches. There are only a few who enjoy the game mode, and most of them are those new players who are progressing through the game. But then again, Railjack is still a great farming spot for a team when you want to crack relics and gain other important resources you can use for increasing your power, or even items that you can sell for platinum. Now, before we end this video, I would like to share my thoughts about some old game modes that some players think are slowly becoming obsolete every update. It's really inevitable that no one will play an old game mode since players are constantly progressing through the new content. Some game modes are just annoying and very repetitive after you have finished getting out the rewards, and players would just prefer to play the newer ones. I am not saying that the new ones are not repetitive, but at least they have new loot to farm, or they have rewards that can help you obtain lots of platinum. Also, there's no way of sunsetting these old game modes since some of it are tied to the progression of new players. Like it or not, these old missions will stay, and no matter how hard players complain, they will still remain in the game unless Digital Extremes changed it. By the way, the missions that I have included in this video are not even that old, and there are older missions types such as Syndicate Standing Farming, Nighttime missions, and a lot more that are way older than the missions I have mentioned here. So that's all about. Before you go, I am also curious, what missions are you doing right now that allows you to farm stuff that you can sell for platinum? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope to see you again in our next video. Squad Leader, signing off.